Hey guys, what's going on? Sadiq. Welcome to Xperiences with Sadiq. So today I have a very knowledgeable individual. If you guys don't know him, he's from Northpointe Bank. The guy's very exquisite, very smart, very intelligent. See the words I'm using to define this guy right here? Because it's all true in the nature that I could be able to describe this one individual. This guy's name is Matt Resnick. He's been in the industry for such a long time. When it comes to, he works with a mortgage company, like I say, which is called Northpointe Bank. When it comes to understanding how mortgage rates, how mortgage loans, how everything operates, this guy is the man to actually sit down with and talk to. So today is a special episode on Xperiences with Sadiq because there's so much going on in society right now that I want to be able to grab the brains, dissect every little inch in this guy's head so he could be able to share his point in regards to what's going on. Matt, welcome to Xperiences with Sadiq. Thank you for coming on today. Please talk to the people, let them understand who you are, what you do, and where you're going.
Oh, first of all, thanks for having me. That was a definite, very warm welcome and appreciated intro.
Thank you.
A lot of big words to live up to there. So essentially, again, I'm with Northpointe Bank. We are a direct lender, federally chartered, licensed in all 50 states to do business. So we can write mortgages in all 50 states.
Nice.
Not just Little Rhode Island. I personally have been in the mortgage field since 2002. Only position I've ever had right out of college. I have never had...
So you've been in this for a while.
We've been in the trenches for a while. We've definitely seen the ups and downs of the real estate roller coaster, we should say. The good, the bad, the ugly. We've seen it all in that period of time. We are back in a period of time right now where there's a lot of volatility.
Yes.
There's a lot of craziness out there, I'm sure, as you've seen in the news.
Yes.
And
not just me. Everybody's seeing what's going on right now.
Everybody. So what are buyers out there? What type of issues are they potentially going to come into with all of this media craziness, all of this market volatility, all things
preach
like
on,
that?
Preach on.
Okay.
Break it down to them, please.
So one of the biggest things that home buyers in this market need to do, whether it's a first-time home buyer, an investor that's bought hundreds of houses, is we need to be very, very diligent as far as communicating with whichever lender or bank they're working directly with.
Yes.
That lender or bank has their finger on the pulse of what's going on, whether it's interest rates, whether it's crazy things like town halls or city halls closing.
Yep.
All of those things that go into the mortgage process, we have our finger on the pulse of.
Yes.
Being diligent in the pre-approval process as a newer home buyer is something that being over diligent is impossible. You have to be very diligent. You have to do a very good job working with your lender, finding and focusing on your payment comfort level.
Yes.
Okay. Interest rates are going to move.
Yes.
You're going to look at a lot of different houses. Some higher price, some lower price. Taxes and insurance are going to be different.
Yeah.
You can see those things when you look at an MLS sheet with your realtor. You can't necessarily see what's going on in the mortgage market as far as interest rates and how those rates are going to impact what you're actually going to be paying for that specific property.
You guys hear that? That's like music to my ears right now, right? Because there's so much. There's a word that I use called volatility, if I'm correct, right? That there's so much going on in this world right now, and it's crazy because people out here don't really understand what really. I call the mortgage industry the back door to real estate industry. Okay, right? There's a reason why I say that. Because first things first, people need to get an idea before a person actually even goes out and look at property, especially a buyer. You need to enter the back door to real estate industry. When you enter that back door of the real estate industry, the person that you're going to have to speak to is called a loan officer. This person is actually going to break down the fundamentals of what you expect to occur within your mortgage loan or whatever the case may be, right? Matt, it's so important right now because we're going through so much, in society right now that this year itself has been crazy. Yes, and we're not even halfway through the year yet.
Yeah.
It's only been a few months now, and we're dealing with so much, right? It's that time of year, and the market is hot. Sorry about that. The accent came out a little bit. But there's a disturbance in the economy that's affecting rates. How should people who are interested in buying a property react to the disruption in the market?
So that's a great question. And, I'm glad you put it that way because there's definitely disruptions.
Yes.
Okay. And the biggest disruptions is when you look at a house today, you go back and look at that same house a week and a half from now, and that same house may cost that same home buyer something different depending upon where the interest rate market is. Okay. So
this is interesting. This is giving me goosebumps right now. So he's gonna break it down right now to you guys. This is scary. Go ahead, talk.
So when we go through a pre-approval process up front, we have everybody go through their budgets and come up with a number that they're comfortable paying for their housing payment, pushing everything else aside, all of their monthly bills, everything that they pay, their fixed stuff that they know they're going to pay. How much is left over that they're comfortable paying for a house at the end? So we do a good job identifying that up front. And that number's not going to change regardless of where interest rates go. However, where interest rates go may have that specific payment number dictate a different cost of a house. Okay.
How's that? I'm sorry for disturbing, but this is crazy. This is really creepy right now because we went from a low rate to a high rate, and he's actually going to give you the nuts and bolts to how all this is playing right now in the economy.
So a lot of people, when they go to buy a house and they get pre-approved, they have an initial conversation with somebody like myself. And yes, I'm fully pre-approved. We talk about payment comfort level. It works out to this amount of house, depending upon what area. We estimate taxes. We estimate insurance. I always try to be as conservative as at all possible up front, knowing that if I'm ever going to see a payment change for somebody, I want it to go the right way. I never want to call somebody with a bad surprise. I'd rather say, hey, your payment's going to be lower than what we anticipated. That's good news. If it goes the other direction, I'm the bad guy. So while going through all of that, we need to not just do it once. Because of the market, it has to be done pretty much before you're going in any of these properties. So before I, as a buyer, am going to go to somebody like yourself as a realtor and say, Sadiq, I want to see this property. I want to get inside the door. They should be calling somebody like myself with the specifics of that property, taxes, insurance. And I would have the ability as an industry professional, whose fingers on the pulse of where rates are, to say your payment, if you are to put an offer on this property, is going to be here. And they can rest assured if they put an offer on the property that they do have ample time period to lock their interest rate in for that specific property. So a lot of people get that initial pre-approval and then don't bother communicating with their loan officer. They put somebody like yourself out there finding all of these properties.
Backwards.
Looking at all of these doors, and then they call me and say, Matt, I found it. I want to put an offer on this place. How much is it going to cost me? And I hear silence when I say it sometimes, and what's going on? It's higher than what I thought it was going to be. Well, why is that? Oh, I don't know. I looked online. I looked at Zillow, Trulia, Realtor.com, Google. The calculator told me this. Don't trust any of those calculators. You want to find a mortgage professional like myself and trust them. Of course, I'd rather have it be me, than anybody else out there. However, you want to build your team and put your trust there and know that we're going to protect you from all of the market's volatility and the roller coaster that the market's currently providing.
Yes. And that's crazy, right? Because people don't understand. I was recently was at one of my open houses, and a potential buyer came through, and they were looking at the property, right? And I told this buyer, and I asked this buyer, have you spoken to a loan officer or anything like that? They were like, nah, we just started the process. I'm like, listen, you're doing it backwards. Because let's say you do end up finding the property that you do like, right? And you go to and then you're ready to talk to a loan officer. One, let's say your credit is not up to par. Now you can't buy a property. Two, let's say if your credit is up to par, but after the loan officer is doing everything that she needs to do, you think your payment's there, but your payment's here. That causes a disturbance. So it's very, very important that anybody out there who's looking to purchase a home as a buyer, first time buyer, regular buyer, doesn't matter, talk to a loan officer, a loan originator first to be able to decide, so she can help you to decide where you actually stand in terms of purchasing a home. Matt, typically someone with a low credit score can have difficulties in getting a mortgage loan, right? What suggestions do you have for those looking to purchase a home?
Well, I have good news and I have bad news for those people with, let's call it a less than perfect credit score. And
Break it down.
There's a lot of them out there, okay? The bad news is credit plays a major role in the mortgage approval process.
True.
Okay? Without having credit that's in line with lenders' guidelines, you're not going to get a mortgage.
Yeah.
Now, the good news is we and myself and Northpointe, we have seen many people that have come to us with less than perfect credit. And an initial meeting, come in the door, we look at the credit, and the goal of looking at the credit is dual-fold. Number one, we certainly hope that somebody's approvable right there and then.
Yeah.
And that's great. Yeah. And if they are, they get out there and they shop with somebody like yourself, and we move right along.
Yep.
However, if they're not approvable, then they have some marks on their credit, something subpar, whatever it is, they're going to leave that initial meeting consultation with us with a game plan.
Nice.
As far as what steps need to be taken.
That's key.
In order to get you into a home.
Yes.
So it may be no, we're not approved right now, but it's never no, you're not approved forever.
Yes.
Okay?
True.
No matter what somebody has on their credit, and everybody's different.
Yeah.
We can analyze things and work side by side to help them improve the credit. Okay? Now, I personally am not in the credit restoration business. There's companies that we do work closely with that we can certainly help people get in touch with. However, I have analyzed thousands of credit reports. I can look at a credit with somebody without any system in the background and get a very good idea as far as what steps need to be taken to get people moving the right direction. Now, sometimes people are close and might just need a little tweak to something, okay? And those credits from somebody on my side of things, when we look at it, sometimes are a little bit confusing because there may not be the one really negative account on there that's having a terrible impact to the score. Those are easy fixes. Fix the terrible negative thing and we're going to start moving the right direction. However, we look at a lot of accounts and a lot of trade lines that this looks pretty good. It doesn't look like there's massive overutilization of credit. It doesn't look like there's tons of inquiries, tons of negative things. Kind of scratch our heads. Some companies are at a dead end there. At Northpointe, we have the ability to utilize a credit simulator system.
All right. What is that?
It's very unique. So what it is we can take somebody's credit report and have it run specifically through this system. The system's going to analyze it based upon the actual algorithms that the credit bureaus use in calculating the scores. We have two different ways of utilizing the system. We can put in a target score. For instance, let's say somebody has a 580 credit score. And let's say they were looking to be within the first-time home buyer qualifications in Rhode Island that happen to be a 620 credit score. We can identify 620 as our target, and the simulator will tell us what actions can be taken to their specific report.
Amazing.
And how many points they'll get for those actions.
That's amazing.
Okay? Nothing out there, any system, nothing's engineered to be 100%.
Yeah, of course.
However, we have watched this system work countless times. It is very accurate. It is within a couple points of what you end up getting if you follow the system to a T.
That's crazy. That's pretty amazing. That's crazy because like a lot of people with low credit don't think that there's people out there who can actually help them. They don't even think that there's loan officers who can actually help them. Matter of fact, there are loan officers who will look at an individual's credit. If the individual's credit is low, they'll just shut the deal down and move on to the next deal. Like, come on, this people out there will actually need help. If they have a direction that they can actually take so they could actually buy a home in the future, that's the type of assistance that these buyers need. They want to be able to know that at the end of the day, there's a loan officer who cares for their need, who's going to be right beside them to help them out. And just, yes, you're not going to hold them hand to hand to actually walk them through a process, but there's a game plan there that will actually help buyers get to their goal, their end goal, which is being able to buy a home, purchase a home, and that's what they're looking for.
What it comes down to, Sadiq, is if purchasing a home is something a buyer or somebody is very serious about and really wants to do.
Exactly. That's another thing for all you buyers out there or potential buyers. Listen, I'm going to stress this to you guys out right now. There is no reason to waste a loan officer's time or a real estate agent's time if you're not ready to buy a home. If you are ready to buy a home, we as realtors, loan officers, we can actually do our job effectively to be able to get you closer to purchase a home or whatever the case may be. There's a lot of buyers out there who go out and waste a lot of our time. Our time is precious. We work hard to help clients out. We work 365 days to help people buy a home or help them with some sort of transaction. So anybody who's out there looking to purchase a home, please don't waste nobody's time, because loan officers, realtors, they work effectively nonstop to make sure they could get you the loan you need to be able to get you once again into your dream home. Matt, what is the direction of Northpointe Bank, and how do you plan, or how does Northpointe Bank itself plan to continue to help people purchase homes?
So as far as Northpointe goes, we strive to make the home buying process as easy and efficient as possible for all involved. Okay. And we want to be a resource for all involved. Okay. And when I say all, that means the home buyer, that means the realtor, that means the attorney, everybody involved. We want to look at us in Northpointe as a resource and as an industry leader that everybody wants to align with in order to get to the top of everything and essentially open the doors to more homes, as many homes as possible, for as many homeowners as possible.
No, that is crazy. It's crazy because and that's the thing, because Northpointe, I've worked with Northpointe Bank, and they do provide an effective tool that will actually help buyers actually move along the process of becoming homeowners. And when you have a banking system that could be able, or a mortgage company that could be able to provide a system that really helps people out to get to their end goal, that's very important, because there's a lot of people out there, there's a lot of loan officers, unprofessional loan officers out there who will talk a good game to tell you they'll be here for you, to tell you that they'll be able to provide you the best assistance whatsoever. Listen, sometimes as buyers, one of the key things that you guys need to do is ask the right questions, and sit down with the right loan officer, and you'll know if this mortgage company or this loan officer is good based on their experience and how they actually explain things to you. And that's very key and very important in the world of real estate, especially for those who's looking to buy a home. Matt, talk to the people, especially those who's looking to buy a home. If they need advice, if they need to reach out to you, how can anybody reach out to you for advice, for professional advice at that, and or maybe looking to buy and they need a loan officer? How can these individuals reach out to you?
So, number one, as Sadiq said, 365 days a year, anytime, any hour, it does not matter. By phone, email, any of these things whatsoever. We have to be available at all times. People say, hey, Matt, sorry, I can't take some time off from work to meet with you. It's okay. We meet with people on the weekends. We meet with people in the mornings. We meet with people in the evenings. Meet with people whenever. Yeah. It does not matter. We, on our mortgage side of things in Northpointe, we strive to fit within everybody's schedules and make everybody's process easier, more efficient, and I can't stress more of a resource for everybody.
How can they reach out to you?
You can reach out to me at 401-439-5240, or I can always be reached at Matt, M-A-T-T, Resnick, R-E-S-N-I-C-K, at North, N-O-R-T-H, point with an E at the end, POINTE.com.
Nice. Listen, guys, that was great insight, because a lot of people that's out there looking to buy a home, they have no clue in regards to what they're doing. So this interview itself was very important to me, because I needed somebody with an expertise to be able to provide the knowledge and the direction that can actually assist you guys when you guys are looking to be able to purchase a home. Whether you're buying or selling a home, I'm your guy. So every Monday, I'm always going to interview key people, key players in this industry that can actually help you guys out. So be on the lookout every Monday for true knowledge, true expertise on Experiences with Sadiq. If you guys need me for anything, you guys know where to find me at Facebook at Sell with Sadiq, Instagram Sadiq Davies. Every Mondays on Experiences with Sadiq.